Welcome to the White Sands Missile Range video on familiarization with driving through rough terrain and on unimproved roads. This is a mandatory familiarization course, and proof of completion is required in hand when you apply for a government driver's license or renew your government driver's license on White Sands Missile Range. In this video, we will visit a series of rough terrain environments, as well as identify areas known to be hazardous to drive on. We'll visit playas, dry lake beds, seasonal roads, blowing sand, mud, or hard surfaces, mountain driving, and washboard, patchy, or uneven asphalt roads. Additionally, we will show you the oryx. This animal is involved in a significant number of AMV accidents each year. Besides allowing the new operator to verify the roadworthiness of the vehicle they have chosen, the PMCS requires them to walk completely around the vehicle, allowing them to identify any hidden hazards, such as low-build fencing, pipes sticking up out of the ground, utility poles, utility meters, or other vehicles. This is War Road, a main access road for White Sands Missile Range employees going to and from El Paso. This road is used by civilians, contractors, government employees, and active duty soldiers. Although improved over the last 2 years, you can see the shoulders are narrow and in many places rutted and damaged. The speed limit varies, but the rule of thumb is to only go as fast as existing conditions will allow. When soldiers are training with tactical wheeled or tracked vehicles in the area, dust can reduce visibility down to zero. Be aware of your surroundings and control your speed to reflect existing conditions. Oryx, traffic, tactical vehicles, reduced visibility, and slick surfaces such as rain, snow, or ice will all require increased caution. When turning off a War Road onto a secondary road, make sure to check front, side, and rear before completing the turn. There have been a number of accidents on or near the Donna Ana base camp.
I headed home one afternoon in the winter months. In the afternoon, it was getting dark. It was about 7 miles outside of the back gate of White Sands, headed to El Paso. Came across a herd of oryx, galloping, traveling from my right to left across the road. As I started to slow down, there was one single oryx, I guess didn't get the memo, that crossed the path from my left to right, about 10 feet in front of my vehicle. Before I could stop, tried to avoid the oryx, ended up hitting the oryx. Vehicle left the road, hit the sandy side of the roadway. When that happened, the vehicle turned over. Luckily, I was wearing my seat belts and came out of the accident without a scratch.
During the fall, winter, and spring, there are a number of areas that can and will have snow and ice on the road. Control your speed. Be aware of your surroundings. Remember that even with four-wheel drive, when on hard or black ice, all you've got is 4 wheels out of control. The only sure way to safely navigate ice is to use tire chains. Even then, the question should be, is this too dangerous? Is it worth an accident and/or injury? Is there another way I can go? These and other questions will help you determine what the risk is and if it can be reasonably mitigated. With snow, you run the risk of ice patches getting bogged down and stuck, whiteout conditions, or saturated soils and mud. Always consider your way forward and the return trip when you're going into these types of conditions. There are a few locations on the range that will require you to coordinate your use of the road. One such location is Salinas Peak. Prior to descending or ascending, you'll need to make contact with the personnel manning the station to verify that there is no one going in the opposite direction you are. There are no safe locations to turn around on this road for many of the vehicles used by the range. Four-wheel high or low, depending on the type of equipment you are operating, is the way to go. Keep your speed down. If you're not familiar with the road, you may have to stop at a relatively level spot, shut off the vehicle, put it in gear if manual or in park if an automatic, and set the parking brake. Then proceed on foot to either the crest or a blind curve you can't see around. Once you verify it is safe to continue, go ahead, smooth and slow. If you get into a situation you need to back out of, get out and check what you need to do with respect to the vehicle, road, and terrain.
Hello, I'm Randy Gruno, the Installation Safety Director for White Sands Missile Range. So far you've seen various driving conditions throughout the range. And with that, I want to add a few more things for you to think about as you go out on the range and drive. Number one, query others in your workplace for hazards in the location that you're going for that particular day. And that is really part of your hazard analysis before going up range, so you know what those hazards are in that particular area. The second thing I'd really like you to do is perform a maintenance check of the vehicle. Do a walk around. Look at the tires. Make sure that everything is in good shape, and make sure you have a spare and there's air in it, and make sure you have a jack before getting out to some of these remote areas throughout the range. Another thing that I would like you to do is always ensure that somebody knows where you're going. And once you reach your destination, make contact with the folks back at your home station. Now, I say that, I'm going to talk about cell phone usage. Do not use a cell phone while driving, or get distracted while you're driving. If you have a permanently mounted radio or something in your vehicle, and somebody gives you a call, please pull off to the side of the road to take that call, so you can just give your attention to that, and then when you get back on the road you can pay attention to your driving. Another important thing, please do not speed. As you saw all these different conditions, when it starts to rain, snow, and so forth, please adjust your driving to the condition. If the road is wet, if it's muddy, slow down, and be very, very careful throughout the range. You're a vital part of the mission here at White Sands, and we want to keep you safe and bring you home at the end of the day. And hopefully you'll have a great day, a great driving experience here at White Sands Missile Range, and be safe. Thank you.